Why do I ever have hope in Minnesota sports? Like, why? How do I convince myself time and time again that, oh, maybe this year will be different? Oh, maybe we'll break the mold this year. No, no, it's Minnesota sports. It's the Vikings. It's the Wild. It's the Twins. It's the Wolves. Maybe it's not the Wolves, and maybe it's still not the Wild. But if it's not gonna be the Wild, well, if it's gonna be the Wild, then they need to come back from down 3-1. And my hopes aren't high. Definitely not as high as last video when I said that maybe they could win it again. And here we are. So let's talk about it. Welcome back to the Social Network. I swear to God, we will talk about the Minnesota Vikings again at some point. But like I've said, I've always wanted the Social Network to be about more than just the Vikings. And it just so happens to be Stanley Cup playoff season. And the Minnesota Wild just so happened to be in the Stanley Cup playoffs. But probably not for much longer. Because last night they got absolutely embarrassed. They showed one slight just breath of life in game three when they beat Colorado, like what, 5-1? And last night they lose 5-2. Granted, okay, I was going to say it wasn't really a 5-2 game, but with the way that Colorado just dominated the entire game, it was a 5-2 game. It was 2-2, and then, like, what, midway, a little past midway through the third period, um, Colorado goes up 3-2, and then two empty netters from there make it 5-2. But if you watch the game, you know Minnesota just got freaking annihilated, dude. Like, I I knew coming into the series, whoever won between Minnesota and Dallas was just Colorado was probably getting fed because we all knew that Minnesota and Dallas was minimum going 6 games. Minimum. Absolute minimum 6 games. And it went 6 games, and Minnesota came out the victor, obviously. Now, whoever won that series had to go up against Colorado because this playoff format fucking sucks. And you know what? I'm going to continue to bitch about it because this playoff format is insane. There's zero reason why the Anaheim Ducks, and I, again, like I said last video, I like the Ducks. So this is no hate to the Ducks. Whatever team was in their position that did what they did, they're going to be targeted by my narrative and my decorum here. There's no reason the Ducks, who had 12 less regular season points than the Wild, which isn't a ton, but it's not nothing, and barely got third place in an awful Pacific Division, gets Edmonton and Vegas. All due respect to Edmonton and Vegas, but Edmonton obviously not the team that they've been the last 2 years. And Vegas, good team, but not Dallas or Colorado or even Minnesota. There's no reason that the Ducks, who barely get third place in the Pacific, in an awful Pacific Division, with 12 less points than the Wild, no reason that they have that path. And the Minnesota Wild, who were consistently one of the best teams in the NHL this season, and if they didn't start off terribly with 3-6-3 in their first 12, they're more in the conversation for best team in the league. And of course, that's before they got Quinn Hughes. Why, like, the playoff format is just so fucked. Why? I don't. And I would even, like, dude, we hate Dallas. Dallas, I hate you, you hate me. Mutual respect there, or lack thereof. I would even be saying this if it was Dallas in this position. Whoever won that series was getting so royally screwed over with this playoff format. I think I made the the saying earlier to a friend in a group chat, and obviously this isn't one for one, but I'm emotional, damn it. Oh, here, congrats, you beat the Peyton Manning Colts. Here's the Tom Brady Patriots in round two. Oh, and you also have to win another round by whoever's lucky enough to get out of the other side of the coin, which is a much easier path. Which is cool if you get there. That your easiest matchup is the Western Conference Final. And for Colorado, that's not going to be the case because they had the Kings. The Kings scored 5 total goals in round one. And yes, a lot of that has to do with Colorado as a freaking weapon. Absolutely. But between second and third, between Dallas and Minnesota, sticking up for Dallas a little bit, um, dude, both teams were screwed from the beginning. Oh, you were the second and third best team in your conference slash or in your division slash just happens to be in your conference. Play each other, then play Colorado, and then you get out of the hard, which at that point you're in the Western Conference Final, so it's going to be hard no matter what. Colorado, they get rewarded, of course, President's Trophy. They should have an easy first round matchup. But man, and I just wish, obviously, the Wild are trying very hard. I'm not going to fault them for not trying. They have heart. But it was really, really disappointing last night to see the lack of showing up, I guess, from the top guns on the team. Like Quinn has a beautiful assist. I can't remember exactly how many points he had, but that beautiful assist to Nico Sturm to tie it up 2-2. Kirill, quiet. And Kirill has been quiet like all playoffs long, weirdly, but like he's still up in the league leaders in playoff points. It's really weird. I think a lot of that has to do, honestly, with just the shine of Quinn Hughes and how much attention Quinn Hughes gets when you're watching these games, not just from the other team, but from the commentators. I mean, it's still weird to me that Kirill Kaprizov is no longer the best player on the Wild. I still think he's the greatest player in Wild franchise history, and I don't know how much of a debate there is to that. But he's not the best he's not the best player on the Wild anymore. It's Quinn Hughes, and I think that has to do with like the loss of aura regarding Kirill Kaprizov. But he's still my favorite Wild player of all time, and obviously, as you can see, big Kirill guy here. Yeah, Kirill quiet. Matt Boldy, I saw a tweet that like Matt Boldy has 10 shots on goal this series, I believe it was, and like 3 of his last 4 goals are empty netters. It's just like, man, we can't. Your fourth line can't be your best line. And I think the fourth line was the best line. Like the bottom 6 was so much better than the top 6. I can't wait until this team finally looks the other way from Marcus Johansson's ability to enter the zone, which he is good at. Marcus Johansson is good at entering the offensive zone. After that, there's not much there. But I can't wait for them to look outside of that and be like, yeah, Marcus Johansson isn't a top 6 forward in 2026 in the National Hockey League. I don't know why. He had the hot start and everything, but Marcus Johansson's not a top 6 forward, man. Like, gee, like I hope Bobby Brink is the long-term solution to that spot. Vladimir Tarasenko, we'll have to see what happens with him, but he's getting up there. I don't know, man. Your bottom 6 in a game you gotta have to not go down 3-1 cannot be, specifically the fourth line cannot be your best line on the ice. Jesper Wallstedt, questionable goal given up for Colorado to take the lead, but again, that was kind of a rocket. He was in a great spot, just fired it in, and it found the net. I'm not giving blame to Jesper Wallstedt for this game whatsoever. Jesper Wallstedt was fantastic. Probably the only player on the Wild last night that deserved to win. Maybe Quinn Hughes is in that conversation. And, like, funnily enough, Nick Foligno and Michael McCarron and Nico Sturm. I just shouldn't be saying that. I shouldn't have to be saying that. Jacob Middleton, awful. Zach Bogosian, awful. Matt Boldy, Kirill Kaprizov, quiet. Matt Zuccarello, just just nothing there. And maybe they're getting worn down now because a lot of these guys like Boldy, Quinn Hughes, Brock Faber, a lot of the Swedish guys, they played the Olympics. They played some extra games, but that's not an excuse either because like Nathan McKinnon did too, and a bunch of other guys on teams around the NHL did too. So it's not an excuse to be tired right now. And I know I'm just sitting in a chair here, 1,800 miles away from the Wild, saying this, but everyone else has got the same excuses that the Wild do. The Avalanche are banged up. Yeah, we're down Jonas Berdin and Joel Eriksson Ek, but and apparently Jonas Berdin's injury is like legitimate. Not saying all injuries are not legitimate, but like it's not just Jonas Berdin's banged up. It's like he's hurt. And like now I'm sure that the Wild will start Eriksson Ek next game because the Wild literally you can't lose anymore for the rest of the series. So I'm sure they will, not for the lack of trying, trot Eki out there and try to win. But man, I knew Minnesota probably wasn't gonna win the series, but outside of Game 3, I was hoping for some fight, and they fought in Game 1. Obviously, they scored 6 goals. The Kings scored 5 goals total on the Avalanche in round 1, and the Wild outscored them in the first game and still lost by 3. I don't know. The Wild, they're obviously fighting, they're obviously trying, but the lack of showing up. I knew Colorado was going to come out pissed in this game, but it's frustrating. It's Minnesota sports. Series isn't over, but it's over. I want to be wrong. If it's not over and they come back, like, hey, oh no, I have to come on and say I was wrong about that. Whatever. But yeah, it sucks. It sucks. I really hate. I despise with a passion the mentality of, oh, well, we hadn't won a first round in 11 or 12 years, but so we made it past the first round and we did better than we thought we were going to. Shut the fuck up. It's such a loser ass mentality. Don't care. The bar should be higher than that. And what we as fans think doesn't really matter, unless it's leading us to not buy tickets in ownership's eyes, and that's all sports, that's all teams. Yeah, so that's not me. I'm not happy because we want to see it. Like, I'm happy we won a round in the Stanley Cup playoffs, but celebrating that is exactly why the Minnesota Wild are looked at as a joke, especially in the Central Division. Like, oh yeah, we won a playoffs here. Think of being in the Stars shoes, like Stars fan shoes, and seeing us gloat about that. Like, we would be like, fucking serious? Yeah, winning a playoff round isn't good enough for me, but I'm just me. I don't matter. I understand that, but you're not gonna catch me being like, yay, we won a round, we beat the Stars. I hate the Stars. I do hate the Stars. I'm happy we won that round, but that's not good enough. And when will it ever be good enough for Minnesota sports? Hopefully the Wolves can lead the charge, I guess. But thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. I almost said skull again. Shout.